These are all of the players that you can play for Liverpool. There's probably a couple of other players that will come through. There's probably a couple of youth players, but you get my point. This season in EA Sports FC 25, the game is out there to reserve. You can go and pre-order it right now. You can download it later on in the month. I think that's on the 27th of September. It's well worth a look. Obviously it's a huge part of my childhood and well into now, but seeing ratings still gets me excited. Watching the Liverpool players look at their own ratings still gets me excited. Watching Liverpool players look at other Liverpool players' ratings, now that is exciting. So I thought I'd go through and talk about, obviously, some of the changes we've seen this year. A lot of the emphasis has been on FCIQ, which is more based around the tactical ideas and how the players interact with each other, not only with each other, but also with you on the ball, how smart they're going to be while you're busy trying to do your tactical things, and the tactical in-game changes that you can make, very much like Arne Slot, to influence the way the team plays and ultimately win the game. I've lined up here, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I've lined up here, this is the starting 11 that we've predominantly seen for Liverpool at the start of the season. You could put Jarell in there for Konate because he started at the start of the season. But I say at this point, if you would say what's Liverpool's starting 11, most people would name this. And I just want to talk about some of these because there's a very satisfying thing here. First of all, some of these guys, EA Sports FC will rate these guys, especially for FC 25, over a much longer period. They can't just go, well, you know what? Recently, Ryan Gravenberch has been really good. We should put him as an 85 because he's been 85 in these games. He will have that influence, and there are possibly going to be other editions of his card. There are all sorts of different things that you can do with him, right? And he's playing alongside some really great players. But the fact is, last season, he didn't play all that much to be able to, first of all, rate him, and didn't play for the national team to be able to rate him there, which is why he is more of a 78. It might frustrate you right now. It might not allow you to play in the way that you want to play with him. You could possibly say, maybe I'll put Soboslai back there if I was playing, and I'd then possibly put someone ahead of him who actually can't play right now in, where is he? Maybe not Harvey Elliott, actually. Maybe I'd actually play more of like a Cody Gakpo there. That's just a suggestion. You don't have to do that. Maybe it actually works better because Slot's a good tactical manager and could probably do something incredible on the game anyway. But this tactical adaptability, they can do this because these players are so highly rated. And here's my main point. Every year when the ratings come out, people go, oh, well, it's the overall rating, it's too low for this guy. We've got some of the highest rated players in the league. Alisson, fantastic. Van Dijk, again, all these guys got kind of very special ability. I think that means he's got good for aerial duels. I think that obviously means he's an incredible stopper. I think this is great for his distribution and crossing. This is obviously to do with his finishing. There are lots of different, I mean, look at that. Like he's just going to break through the opposition and Andy Robertson can just keep going forever. All these special little things that they've observed about these players are going to make a difference to this team. Now, we've already seen them rate themselves and say, oh, I think I should be higher there or there. I love watching that every year. This guy's the best centre-back in the whole league. EA, thank you very much for finally confirming through FC 25 that this guy is the best centre-back in the league. It's always been clear to me, now it maybe seems clear to other people, and frankly, the satisfaction of watching other teams' fans play with someone like Virgil van Dijk and finally realise it pleases me. Game's coming out on the 27th of September. Go pre-order it, take a look, and just learn about Virgil van Dijk. That's what I'm saying. Konate playing alongside him. Konate is probably one of my favourite Liverpool players. I saw Soboslai weirdly and Gravenberch looking at the Konate card. I think a lot of people underrate him a little bit, but his physicality, his defending, I think his dribbling could be better. And you know what? I actually do rate his passing a little more, but the pass that really he has to predominantly get is this pass, right? From there to there. It's that simple. That's his big link. And arguably, from there over to there. It is literally that simple. That's where Trent's going to play. He's going to play a little bit wider, get the ball down to him, get the ball over to Virg. What Slot's done is open up that passing range. I don't think it makes Konate a better passer. Obviously, it means that probably more of his passes will be completed. But what we are going to see is he's got more range now. I don't think we're going to ask him to make long balls or to make mazy runs, even though he's done that. We're going to ask him to get up for corners, defend in the way that he has, and have the best defence in the league so far, and do that. And pass through Alisson, bring Alisson into that back line like Slot does, go a little bit wider and give him those options. Gravenberch will come back. McAllister will come back. There's going to be plenty of work done there. Szoboszlai will drop into these areas and make himself an option so this passing lane opens up. It's that simple. Speaking of Szoboszlai, again, another player that a lot of people will think is slightly underrated because, frankly, he didn't have a great finish at the end of last season. They are going to struggle to justify raising his stats anywhere beyond like an 81. He's possibly like an 83, 84. He's going to have more of an influence on those games, but again, that will come through some of the chemistry that we see through a slot formation rather than just, hey, Dominik Szoboszlai is good individually. Also because, well, if he then goes and plays for Hungary, is he the same player as when he plays in the slot team? Not always. They didn't have a great Euros. Anyway, alongside that, still so satisfying that he is one of the best players, if not, he's the best centre-back, but he's one of the best players in the game. The only players really ahead of him are like City players, and we all know Pep Guardiola has spent years just trying to get them better stats, and ultimately it pays off. The guy we haven't spoken about yet, I'll speak about him later, just teasing it. Diaz. How do you feel about Diaz? At one point he could have been a Barcelona player, at one point he could have been playing somewhere else, and now he's coming possibly in for a new contract, possibly looking at him improving overall in terms of the like input into the team. A lot of people last year were like, especially including me, were like, is he finishing enough chances? Well, now he's getting in those positions to finish those chances. He's going to make a Salah a better crosser. He's going to make Jota a better combination player. He's going to do a lot more with someone like Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson, by the way, has been very tired in pre-season. I look forward to this battery being very full. He's going to improve all these guys over here, and he's going to give someone like Virgil van Dijk a great outball, even though van Dijk's very often looking for that across to Salah. We're going to see him coming down to Diaz way, way more. It's satisfying, but also Diaz is on the end of things rather than kind of, like at the beginning of it. He might pick up the ball and run inside, but he's very much on the end of things. And we saw that against Manchester United. Ball across, goal. Ball across, possible goal. Ball across, he was in behind at one point. There's lots of different versions and capacities in which we can deploy him, and I think he's one of those tactically intelligent players, but so satisfying to play with if you're playing FC 25 because he's got great ball ability, his dribbling is fantastic, his pace, that pace is insane, and his shooting is also good. Speaking of insane pace, insane shooting, insane dribbling, this guy. It's Mo Salah. Like, at this point, you're kind of playing with one of the legend cards without playing with one of the legend cards. The guy's fantastic. He's not cheat code. I want to see different hair on him. I'm just saying, Mo, I love the way you look, but can we get your shots redone? It's just a point. He's an incredible player. You can see there the stats prove it. I would put his physicality maybe slightly higher just because I think physically I want to see him impose himself more on FC 25, but it is what it is. And this guy's going to be combining with him. Kind of hard to quantify what it is that Trent Alexander-Arnold does, or can be for an FC 25 team. He's so good in real life that I'm kind of like, can you replicate that in the game? And I'm really looking forward to playing with him this year and seeing, first of all, I think his physicality is fantastic. His defending, is that a little high? 80, that's good, right? Like, a lot of people don't rate his defending. Maybe that's because he's actually a good defender. Just saying. His dribbling obviously is really good. His passing is obviously insane, which is what makes him such a good player. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him in this Liverpool team just spraying balls around. Maybe we'll drop into midfield at some point, putting these guys forward a little bit. He's the kind of guy that enables other players around him really well. FC IQ. And then, of course, there is someone like Alexis McAllister. In every team, you need someone who's going to be a bit self-sacrificing, who has underlying stats, which someone like FC 25 is going to pick out. Thank you very much, EA Sports. And suddenly, he becomes appreciated. He's really good at winning the ball back. He's really good at them being able to progress it downfield because his dribbling is very good. He's really good at then combining with other people because his passing is fantastic. He'll bring this guy into play. He'll bring this guy into play a lot more. I haven't even spoken about this guy yet. And he'll be able to find a Salah or a... Just get your head up. This is what I love, is when I play like FC, I'll be thinking, how does that specific player play? I might be a little bit more careful, frankly, with Orion. And I might look at McAllister and go, he'll be a little more conservative. He might pass the ball out to Robertson. Very often, people can get a little bit over-egged in the way they play. Slot ball is incredible, but just try and play a little bit of slot ball on the game. Give it your own little tweak. He's that kind of guy. He's a tactical tweaker. I'm fine with that. And speaking of tactical tweakers, Diogo Jota is your ultimate guy for that. He'll drop into space, he'll drop into little pockets of space in between, he'll drive at that back line. He's always a distraction for the defenders. He's incredible in getting up on the end of the ball. His physicality is vastly underrated in the Premier League, but you see it reflected here. And not only that, but he's a great combo player, the kind of guy who can pop up with a header, pop up with a snatch goal, and frustrate your opposition either online or in real life. And that's where it comes into the rest of the team. I've just laid out all these cards. This might look slightly messy, but there's a Chiesa there. How excited am I to see how he plays? His pace is so high. His physicality is also similar to Mo. Dribbling good, shot fantastic. I'm going to have a lot of fun with him this year on the game, and I'm really hoping we have a lot of fun with him off field as well, on the field in real life. Then you got a couple of players in here where I'm like, would I drop a Trainiani in there? Maybe in my career mode. Would I drop a Conor Bradley in there? Probably so. Curtis Jones, Jarell Quansah. You see why someone like Konate might start in a FC 25 game ahead of Quansah, maybe just rating-wise. But Quansah, again, the most improved player from last season to this season. Worth knowing. The more you know. Harvey Elliott, sad he's gotten injured more recently, but I can still keep that career going. 78 feels low to me, but again, I feel like there's going to be a couple of underlying numbers in there that we can see him combine well with, and you'll probably see him unlock a couple of guys. If you bring him on in that Szoboszlai position, put him there. I really need to define this formation, don't I? Bring that over there. Then I think we're going to see Elliott have a little bit of fun in those areas when he finally gets into the team. Trainiani, let's get rid of that line. Are we going to see him come in here? And, can you cover for him a little bit if he's got I don't know, maybe there is something in there where I look at it and think, can I put Szoboszlai ahead of him and help him a little bit? Can I satisfy my need, see Trey playing in the team? Possibly. And then obviously, I haven't even mentioned a Darwin. I haven't even mentioned a Cody. I haven't even mentioned... I want to see Dan's come in. It's always fun to score with lower rated players because it seems like a reflex on the opposition. Dan's coming in, he's 63. You've got to score a goal with him. That'll be demoralising for you, not for me. And alongside him, if I brought him on, do I want to see a Cody alongside him? Or, would I put more of an out and out player who can carry the ball a little bit more and then supply it to Dan's than Diaz? Bring Salah inside just a little bit and put Szoboszlai there? Possibly then. I'll put Szoboszlai back and then maybe Gravenberch is coming out. Yeah, there. Is that more of... I feel like I've got 12 players on the field there. But I don't. Yeah, I do, because it was Nunes. That is more of it for me. And then, of course, Darwin. Do you know what I'm saying? Physicality, great. I think he's actually a better defender than he gets credit for here. I think winning the ball down the field, I'd be interested to see if he can do a kind of higher up the pitch. He's big and you can get on there and do things. I'll be interested to see where we play him. In FC, FC 25, I'd probably play him more there. But he could go there alongside, where do I put him? There, Jota. And maybe Nunes plays as one of the more progressed players. Because you see that deeper two who then progress it out wide. Surely his finishing, which shot is 80, but his pace, I can do something with that. Do you know what I mean? And then maybe there's a Cody in there, and Jota's not there anymore. Maybe Chiesa comes in, and maybe Salah goes off. Maybe Chiesa goes there, and Salah goes there. That, to me, is exciting. Wow. I didn't realise how stacked we were up front until I looked at this. This is why FC 25 is great for you. Anyway, the game is available on the 27th of September. They're very, very kind in sponsoring this video, so I really appreciate their input on this one. That is my team. I'd probably say maybe it's more like, where's Jota? I need a Diogo. Yeah, there we go. It's more like a that. I would actually put Chiesa in. Ahead of Szoboszlai? Are you? Actually, I'd do that. I want to see this as a side. Yeah. That's my shape. That's my team. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Again, Liverpool, great thing about them, lots of tactically adaptable, smart players. Trent, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, yeah. The overall rating, sure, it's satisfying that he's the best centre-back in the league. Sure, it's satisfying that Mo's an all-time great. Sure, it's satisfying that if you put Ali back there and someone runs through, it's cool, he'll deal with it, don't worry about it. Sure, it's satisfying that Trent's just an absolute... He's quarterback on the game, basically. And then sure, it's satisfying that we got Chiesa now, because we don't know how he's going to play, but we can test it out on FC 25. Thank you very much, EA Sports, for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. And we will chat to you guys on this channel again real soon. Much love. Bye.